IVM.
Smell it, it tastes like that.
Oops, sorry, Ayushi and I off air, just yapping away.
You started this episode by saying, smell it, it tastes like that. That's so weird. That's so gross.
If you are interested, we are talking about apple cider vinegar with the mother.
Right, so she drinks water with apple cider vinegar.
In the morning, because you are here with us on a morning today. So welcome to a morning recording.
Good morning.
Agla Station Adulthood.
It is currently 9:15 a.m. And while I'm usually active at this time, this is the first time that we're recording this early.
Great. So hopefully Ayushi will be silent and I will talk today.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, friends, we hope you enjoyed our last episode. #inspo. Hope you enjoyed the title especially.
We liked it. We thought we were very cool.
Cool K3WL.
Very 2020.
Yeah. It was an episode.
This, by the way, I just want to stop 1 second.
Yeah.
This 2020, you know how so many people on the internet have been writing 2K. And I was like, no, darling, that's 2000 that you're living in.
It's 2K20.
Yes.
Right? Okay, everyone, we are loving life 2K20.
Yes.
Okay, so in this loving life, I'd like to share some feedbacks we received from one of our dear listeners, Parshwa92.
Ooh.
Parsh says,
Parsh, you sound very cute.
I just listened to your inspiration pod, super interesting. Your feelings of a lack of motivation are very relatable and something I deal with quite regularly. Glad to know, because it is the whole aim of our pod is that it's relatable and we all figure this out together. Sorry, and then he continues. So is the fact that we're conscious of it and yet we choose to do nothing about it. I think two things can help us deal with this. The first is to imagine we're living alone on this planet with no one else here. It's a way to remove any external causes to your lack of motivation and figure out what you really want to do. The second is internal. I think it's very normal to not be motivated all the time. I think accepting that helps. This is who I am right now. We expect that our behavior will drastically change overnight. However, going from a state of no motivation to the opposite is a slower process than we imagine. Maybe the first step is being okay with this state of mind and being okay with feeling like shit. We're quick to reject those who are not motivated, including ourselves. But whether we're dealing with a lack of motivation or dealing with tremendous success, we just need to remember that this too shall pass.
Parshva, beta, you are quite a genius.
And the last thing, I guess accepting and dealing with that makes us functional and cope better. So this is the adulting takeaway.
Functional adults. You know how I love to use that word functional.
Yeah.
Parsh, anytime you're in town, man, hit us up. We will have you on the show.
So no, I love this and I think I'm going to definitely try to use this in my own life. Imagine I'm alone. What do I want?
No, I'm scared that if you do that, because anyway you live so far from us and you'll just feel more removed.
Okay.
This is coming from a place that Tash cancelled plans on us friends this evening because she has to do some work, and so I'm already feeling like she's leaving me.
But I'd like to say, if you all want to travel to Mud Island, you all are more than welcome to. But literally none of my friends are interested in coming there. So,
because every weekend we try to make the Mud Island plan like a weekend plan, because you paint it as this wonderful resort that you live in.
It is.
And that might be the case. But every time we try to do this weekend thing, something else comes up. And then you come to town. So I'm
just going to stop coming to South Bombay now. Then we'll see how this goes down. Game on, bitches.
I feel like that's unnecessary.
Unnecessary? Oh my God, excuse me. This is a me. And I deserve my friends to come and see me in my home.
Please stop.
Shouting at Ayushi at 9:30, she can't handle it.
Also, you just were flailing your arms and you hit the mic.
My fingers are hurting. Tumhe kya? I hit the back of my knuckles. It's like a teacher has whacked me all over again.
I saw you do that and I was like, ugh. But yet you persevered in yelling at me.
Just had a sip of my apple cider with the mother.
Okay, but you should tell them that you're drinking water with apple cider, not straight up cider.
मैं नीट कुछ नहीं पीती हूँ. essentially.
It's a lie.
It's not
You
a
should
lie.
have seen her last weekend.
मैंने एक shot tequila पिया and I regret forever. It was the worst tasting liquid on earth.
It was amazing to watch her do it though.
Disgusting.
All right, let's get on with the episode.
Shall we though?
So,
I'm enjoying. Sorry.
We're doing... This was Tash's idea, so you can explain it.
Okay, fine. So there was an article, not recently, I mean, it's been a good 5 years since it dropped.
Lol.
But the New York Times did a thing about modern love. We all love modern love and love in general, ancient love, vintage love, all the love is love, and modern love.
And Modern Love is also a great show
On Amazon Prime.
So if Amazon, you'd like to get in touch with us.
You may. We love you and we love your content. And I actually genuinely loved modern love.
I liked the show. It was really good.
Can we take a hot second just to acknowledge Dev Patel's heat in that episode?
I felt heat in me
I felt heat
for him.
in like icy cold places, Ayushi.
And the fact that, and I've been making that conscious effort to not to understand like the perspective of women and all in media and all when they portray them as real people, because we kind of demonize them ourselves. But I was just like, how could you cheat on Dev Patel? I'm so confused in that episode. The actress,
Fair.
because I was feeling that heat for Dev. I mean,
Correct. Understood. He was very handsome, very sexy.
and like.
That accent also, it helps. Imagine if he, looking as the way he does, spoke like a Bombay boy. Chee! It would take away some of his appeal. You reckon?
I think it's also like my head. It's like just height. I just see a tall, brown, dusky person. My mind just kind of breaks.
Yeah.
I lose it.
Yeah, no, I
Straight up.
understand. Straight up, same. I lose it.
There's
also.
nothing. It's sad that it takes so very little.
Yeah,
But tall is like such a.
it's key.
Yeah, it's key.
A women condition, but anyway, fuck that. Okay, so upon this topic of modern love, the New York Times, Daniel Jones had written an article called "The 36 Questions That Lead to Love." Now, I'm sure a lot of our listeners, or a few of our listeners, or maybe hopefully none of our listeners have heard of this. And
No, I'm sure. This was pretty popular when it came out, right? Because this was like if you
Yeah.
ask these 36 questions to someone,
Yeah,
there is how did you put it?
there's a chance they could fall in love with each other.
Oh, but we are already in love. Why are we
But
playing
Ayushi, this
game?
is like interesting because these are like 36 questions which seem whatever, but they actually. Should I read up about it and show you here? I'll read it to you. Should I read it to you?
Oh, now you're asking me. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so it was from an essay. To fall in love with anyone, do this. An essay by Mandy Len Catron. It was a modern love essay. And there's basically a study which explores whether intimacy between two strangers can be accelerated by having... Accelerated, sorry, not accelerated. Yuck! Accelerated! By having them ask each other specific series of personal questions.
Did you say Pacific?
I did say specific, and you caught me because I meant specific. The 36 questions in this study are broken into 3 sets, which each set intended to be more probing than the previous one. And the secret of this whole thing is the last step, which I won't tell you all till the end.
Okay, fine. Let's just get into it then.
Okay, the idea, Ayushi, is your favorite thing on earth, to feel mutual vulnerability, which will foster closeness.
You did not tell me this. You
I
told
did.
me that you're going to ask me 36 questions. You completely failed to mention any of this other shit.
What is this other shit, Ayushi? This is what the questions are meant to
9 a.m.
foster.
You want me to feel vulnerable?
Mutually vulnerable. We'll feel vulnerable together.
So do I get to ask you the question as well? No, this is why you said it's a 2-part.
So you know what we'll do? I'll ask you the first set of questions. You can ask me the second set of questions.
That doesn't make any sense. It defeats the point of the thing. 'Cause-
Ayushi, we're already in love with each other. The idea is to get our listeners to get into these questions.
No, if I'm agreeing to do this, then we have to follow structure.
And
It
I
has
have to ask you
50.
36 questions.
Well, we'll go through them fast.
Okay, fine. Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
What?
That's the first question. Don't argue. Ayushi, they'll get more intimate. Trust me.
Okay, fine. The Obamas.
What would you like to be famous in what way?
As someone who left a lasting mark in society.
Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say?
Yes.
Why?
because usually I make telephone calls at work, and it's good to just have all my bearings before I get into a conversation with a client.
Nice. Sweet. Okay, tell me what.
She's trying to like seduce me. You should see the looks she's giving right now. She's like,
I just imagine that suddenly we're on a date and I'm just like, I'm imagining the waiters coming and we've already placed our drinks order.
You're smizing at me from across this table.
Cheers! Woo! A shot of apple cider vinegar with the mother.
So loud.
Okay, so what would constitute a perfect day for you, Ayushi?
A perfect date?
Day.
Oh, a day.
Yeah.
Okay, a perfect day for me would be... Wait, I can think about this, right? It's not like rapid fire, is
No,
it?
Ayushi, this is assuming we're on a date for like 3 hours, having dinner, having wine.
Oh, okay. Well then, a perfect day for me would probably be a Sunday. I love Sundays.
Same.
And wake up and work out, get that out of the way so that my feeling of accomplishment is already at an all-time high. And then have a very, very heavy breakfast. Waffles, eggs.
Bacon. Are you a bacon person?
I love bacon, but
same.
it's not always available, right?
But this is the perfect day, remember?
Oh my God, I can have it.
Yeah, you can have anything. This is
All right.
the perfect day.
All right, if it's a perfect day and it's a Sunday, then I will also mandate that my brother's in town.
Great.
Because that's a perfect day. Everyone's at home. We have a long Sunday brunch. There's my dad's acid jazz playlist playing in the background. He has an acid jazz playlist. Does that sink in? And then, I don't know, read, kind of maybe watch a couple episodes of a show with my family, or...
This is a perfect day. So
I know, I'm not putting out all these...
ham.
But why? Why does my perfect day have to be so extraordinary?
No,
why
it
can it just
doesn't.
be like a really nice ordinary day?
I love that. That's perfect also. But I'm simply saying that if you want to involve like a sexy time with Dev Patel on this perfect day, it could happen is all I'm saying.
Oh, I'm married to
Hypothetically.
Dev Patel.
Exactly.
I am married to Dev Patel. So from my house, I've
right.
gone to my parents' house for Sunday brunch.
Oh, with Dev.
And our kids.
Oh, this is now a perfect day. I love it.
We have 3.
3 children, Ayushi?
Because I want none or 3.
Oh, God. Hard.
And they've really wanted kids, so 3.
Fair enough. When did you last sing to yourself?
This morning in the shower.
Oh, sweet. And to someone else?
On 2 episodes ago for your
When you
birthday.
sang me happy birthday, I knew it.
Yeah.
You need to sing to more people, Ayushi.
I'm not a good singer though.
You sang happy birthday well. If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
Oh wow, that's a tough question.
Yeah, which basically means from the age of 30 onwards.
No.
What do you want? Do you want the mind or the body of a 30-year-old for the rest of your life?
But if I pick body of a 30-year-old, does my brain keep going till 90? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'll do that.
Yeah.
I have faith in my brain.
Right?
So I'll hang on to like whatever the brain grows as because I want it to progress. I don't think 30 is going to be like the finality for my brain.
Agreed.
But I would like 30 to be the tops for my body.
Peak. Love it.
Bang in at 90.
Love it. Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die?
No.
Okay. Name 3 things that you and your partner appear to have in common.
So wait, you and
Dave,
I?
Oh, you and
Dave Patel and I. Okay. First of all, we got to stop saying Dave because that reminds me of...
That's why I was saying Patel.
Yeah, Dave Patel.
Yeah.
What do him and I have in common?
Huh.
All right. Caramel soft skin.
Beautiful.
We both love road trips.
Oh, sweet.
And we make the best playlists. So, and we take turns to do them. So it's like a surprise every time we go on a road trip.
I love that we talk about your boyfriend now on this
I
show.
know.
I love that he's so famous. He can get us sponsorship.
And I guess the third the thing that we both have in common is we just adore doing the Sunday crossword together. Just, cuddled up in bed.
That's so sweet, Ayushi. I do hope that happens.
With Dev Patel? Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay, next. For what in your life do you feel most grateful about? For what in your life do you feel most grateful? That's enough. Actually.
okay.
I didn't need to add the about.
What do I feel most grateful for? Honestly, my mind and my body. Like, I am very grateful that I have all my faculties.
So true, literally.
Because I think it's a small thing, but I'm very, very grateful for that. Touch wood.
The other day, I was very much writing my journal. And in midst of whatever feelings, I just took a hot second to appreciate and be grateful for the
ability.
muscles, the bowel movements, the digestion, the breathings, the inner workings of this miraculous body
It's
and
like
mind.
the most perfect piece of art.
Beautiful,
so
yeah.
I'm going to say I'm just really grateful for mind and body.
Got it. And soul, because without that, you wouldn't be able to function.
Okay, yeah, sure. Soul.
If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be?
Can I say like a yes and no to this?
I mean, I don't know.
As I was growing up, I wished that my parents had never raised their hand on me. Like, I wish that...
like that.
Like, my mom had never done that. But now, in retrospect, sometimes when I look back at things, I'm like, I don't know how I would react if my kid did that. Like, I also feel like I would maybe hit my kid.
Yeah, no, fair.
But I did... Growing up, I used to say all the time, I was like, use your words.
Yeah. Fair enough. The next one is a very long one. If you're interested, you can do it. If not, you can use it for an actual date that you go on.
I'm going to use all of these.
It says take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible.
Okay, but you know my whole life story,
So then
I'm
we'll
not
skip
getting
this.
into this one, yeah.
We don't want to tell our listeners your whole life story in 4 minutes. They also know it.
They know
pretty
my
much.
life story.
If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
Discipline.
Such a simple yet such a tough thing.
Because I feel like if I just had that, so many other things would be easier.
Agreed. Okay, Ayushi, that brings you to the end of set 1 of questions. Congratulations.
How did I do?
You're quarter way through. You did okay. I'm feeling not in love with you yet. Like, let's be real. If I was a stranger, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool. Okay. ठीक है. Let's get to set 2 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is also kind of weird because if I was on a date and I was talking about Dev Patel the whole time, how would you fall in love with me?
No, exactly.
So I think these questions need to be like, how can you have so many questions about partner? And
There were
all?
only 2 questions about partner in
Then
that
you
section.
said on my perfect day I can be with Dev Patel.
But that's because it was a perfect day. And it could include a little D, if you know what I mean.
He's not little.
Yeah, I'm like heaving inside. My heart's fluttering.
Do you want to take a break? And then come back to the
Just
next
to look
set?
at pictures of Dev Patel.
Yeah. I have them on my phone.
Okay, cool. Let's take a short break and come back.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week. Thank you HDFC Life for coming on board. We're really excited to work with you. Also would like to thank Storytel for continuing the long time advertising that they've been doing with us. And if you have a brand and you'd like to advertise with us, please send us an email. We'd love to talk to you. Also, folks, please fill out our listener survey. This is the last week it's going to be up. I'm going to take it down at the end of January. Please do try and get your opinion in before then. It is kind of important and it helps us kind of figure out what we should be doing going forward. On Cyrus Says, Cyrus is joined by actor Manvi Gagru, who talks about her upcoming film Shubh Mangal Zyada Saudhan, working on TVF's popular web series Pictures and how talent show brought her from Delhi to Mumbai. On Advertising is Dead, Varun talks to film critic Sucharita Tyagi, known for the popular Not a Review film series on Film Companion. On Agla Station Adulthood, Rytasha asks Ayushi 36 questions. On Mr. and Mrs. Binge Watch, Janice and Anirudh talk about Season 2 of Netflix's hit show You. On Geek Fruit, Tejas, Jishnu and Dinkar talk about Netflix's Dracula series. On Postcards from Nowhere, Utsav decodes the secrets hidden behind different doors. On IVM Likes, Abbas, Ritika and Antarish talk about their favorite depictions of heaven, hell and the afterlife in pop culture. On Edges and Sledges, DJ, Ashwin and Varun talk about India bouncing back from a 10-wicket thrashing at Wankhede. On Ganatantra's one-year anniversary episode, hosts Alok and Saryu talk about police reform and why it's so hard. And with that, let's get you back to your show.
Welcome back. We're still talking about Dev Patel. Obviously, we just discovered he's not on Instagram, so...
Because he uses my Instagram. He doesn't need it.
Oh, of course. Oh my God, Ayushi. Just couple things. Hashtag just couple things.
This delusion has gone rather far. Okay, next set of questions.
If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
Oh, shit.
I like that in this time, even the listeners are thinking of their answers. So
Yeah,
good.
I hope.
Everyone think.
Okay. If I could ask the crystal ball one question, basically that's what it is, right? And I could get the answer.
Yeah, the truth you'll get about anything you want to know.
Okay. What's the best way to be truly self-confident? And like, how do you get to that perfect state of self-confidence where you're enough?
Okay.
Because I think this goes back to like that inadequacy thing. Like, I would like to have that sorted out. And if a crystal ball could immediately tell me the truth, how amazing.
I understand, but I don't think a crystal ball is going to give you advice. It's just simply going to show you.
Yeah, so the truth, right? I don't want advice because then I'd go to therapy. I don't want that. I just want the truth. Straight up.
Oh, so, okay, you struggle with your inadequacy and the ball will be like, shut up, you're adequate, and then you'll be fine.
I don't think the ball would say, shut up, you're fine. The ball would give me some like truth behind it, right? Like, why do I feel this way and how can I not feel this way?
Okay. Oh, that's advice. Why do I feel this way and how can I not feel this way? Is all the work a therapist does.
But it's not like, but the therapist is coming from like, you know, two different therapists could tell me two different things. Whereas a crystal ball would be like totally unbiased and just have the solution.
You know, you're right. It's 2020. We believe in crystal balls.
I don't believe in any of this, but you asking me these questions.
Is there something that you've dreamt of doing for a long time? And why haven't you done it yet?
So how long do you have?
What's the thing you've dreamt of doing for a long time?
Writing a book.
And you haven't done it because?
I'm going to refer you back to the other question, previous question, just a lack of like inadequacy. I don't feel like it'll be good enough.
And then on that note, I want to ask you a question which will help you maybe feel better about yourself.
Is this the next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the greatest accomplishment of your life?
The greatest accomplishment of my life?
According to you, of course.
This has made me deeply uncomfortable because there's so many things that I think were good milestones, but I don't think that they're accomplishments. Like, I haven't done it yet. That's my answer.
Okay, no problem. What do you value most in a friendship?
Loyalty.
What is your most treasured memory? This is when the intimacy increases, as you can tell from the questions.
It was a road trip in Norway. My brother and I were very young, and we were driving through this area which is just full of glaciers, and there was so much snow on like the snowbanks on the side that my dad pulled over at a random stop and we trudged up a hill, and then in our normal clothes, my brother and I just slid down all these banks, and we kept running up and sliding down and running up and sliding down. There was snow everywhere, down my pants, up our shirts, and we were shivering and freezing, but we were having just the best time, and our parents let us do that. And then on the side of the road, he popped open the trunk, took out fresh clothes and changed both of us. And we hopped back in the car, and then we went somewhere to grab something to eat. But that afternoon it's crystallized forever. And I'm so happy that it is.
At this point in the date, I lean forward and hold your hand because of your beautiful, wholesome memory. Because maybe I'm from a troubled family, who knows what's happening on this date. I love it.
Okay.
I love it. It's so beautiful. Next. Oh, this is sad. Sorry. Okay. What is your most terrible memory? If you don't want to visit this on air, it's fine. Whatever. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, there's definitely been like memories in my life where I'm like, oh, that was awful and wouldn't like to relive that. But I think something that quote unquote broke my heart was not being with my mom when she had her surgery for her illness that she had, because I wasn't there and I wasn't able to be there for a lot of her treatment. Fair. So that was really, really painful.
Understandable. This is already very intimate. Imagine you're talking to a stranger and talking about...
Like, what, are you supposed to do these 36 questions on like a first date?
You could, but like slyly, not be like, hey, we are here on this date. I'm going to ask you 36 questions.
How do you slyly sneak these questions in?
How was your day? Yeah, should we order something? Great. I'll have this. I'll have that. So, just
if a crystal ball could tell you the truth, what would you want?
Exactly. Just slide it in. Now, next question.
Mm-hmm.
If you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you are now living?
Yes.
What and why?
I would get up earlier so I could have more time in my day.
Yeah.
And
Same.
I would stop wasting so much time on my phone, I guess. Because if I had a finite amount of time, everything else that I'm, doing that's not required, I would try to cut that out.
Sorry, just drinking apple cider.
And obviously, like normal stuff, like, travel more, find more time for your loved ones, etc., etc. But, yeah.
This is a question which is similar to the earlier question about friendship, but this is different in the sense it's asking, what does friendship itself mean to you?
Dosti?
प्यार.
Dosti प्यार है.
और प्यार?
दोस्ती
है. अगर वो मेरी सबसे अच्छी दोस्त नहीं बन पाती तो मैं उससे प्यार कभी कर ही नहीं सकता.
He should have known at that point that Anjali was for him.
Idiot.
Like, he wasted so much of our time.
Karan यार, क्यों waste किया हमारा time?
Oh, I meant SRK, but I guess, yeah, it's actually
not,
Karan's fault.
It's not SRK's fault. Hello, the actors are just the puppets.
I read somewhere that when actors say that they are a director's actor, that's what they say when they
Don't know
that
how
a
to
film
act.
when a film sucked.
Oh, no, fair enough. Fair.
As an actor, you agree to that?
Must be, na, because at the end of the day, film is a director's medium.
Okay.
An actor can do very little. But whereas on stage, an actor can like take over and just like kill it, and they'll be like, oh, the play sucked, but this actor was amazing.
So I'm learning something about you on this date.
What?
What you, like, in terms of your acting and...
Tell me, what did you learn about me?
I learned that you prefer theatre to film.
ऐसी बात है ही नहीं. ऐसी बात ही नहीं है.
नहीं, you prefer money to unemployment.
I prefer...
Say yes.
Money and joy.
Okay, what was the question? Let's go back to my date.
You've just left me alone in the darkness of the theatre side stage.
Why?
I don't
Broadway?
know. What does friendship mean to you?
Oh,
प्यार दोस्ती है, correct.
Yeah,
we did it.
it's done.
What roles do love and affection play in your life?
wow, you dick. I think love is possibly one of the most complicated emotions that we have. Because I think you can like someone and not love them, and I think you can love someone but not like them. I actually
That's
think
like
those
siblings. You love them, but you don't like them.
some days.
It's life.
But I think love has so many facets to it. That's a problem with that emotion is it's quite limitless. But I guess that's also its strength. So
What do they play in your life?
Oh,
आप ज्ञान मत थोपो
sorry.
मुझ पे. Personal feelings बताइए, ma'am, please.
love and affection.
Yes.
Okay, I am very guarded about the people that I show affection to and receive affection from. So I think you have to be very close to me for me to allow that into my life. I think even you know this. And there's very few people that I crave affection from as well. Like, I don't care about just any, like, whatever.
Yeah.
And when it comes to love, I try not to use the word lightly because the people that I use it for, I truly have those feelings for. So if I say that I love you, I mean it. I am not being flippant about it.
I love that. Thank you, because you say me daily you love me.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
I think love is acceptance, right? So I accept you for all your oddities.
On that note, alternate sharing.
What does that mean?
Oh, got it. I like this. It's a cute one. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner. So you'll share one positive characteristic, I'll share one. We
Of
share
our partner.
of each other.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
now
thought
we're not talking about Dave anymore, are we? Patel.
Has the date changed?
I mean, okay, you can talk about Dave
No,
Patel
I'll
to
talk
me.
about you. I'll say
Yeah.
a positive thing
And
about
I'll
you.
say 5 good things about you.
5? You said 1.
It says share a total of 5 items. Okay, so we keep alternating till we reach 5. You start.
Oh, so I have to say something good about you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 5. How do I? Okay, fine.
1 you have to say. Okay, I'll start.
No. You are a very hardworking person.
Damn. I consider Ayushi's attention to detail one of her very, very positive characteristics.
Oh, wow. I did not. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn, right?
Yeah.
I think you have a really, really deep ability to accept a lot of things in people. Like your ability to accept people for who they are. Sorry, that's the right word. Your ability to accept people for who they are is amazing.
I think another great characteristic that you have, Ayushi, is there is a sense of childlikeness in you. Even though you push this whole adult front in a big way and you are this like intelligent, cool working professional, I think there's a lot of like baby-like, child-like, beautiful innocence inside you, and that comes out in spurts, and I love it.
Okay. I didn't realize that, but okay.
Because I look at you from different eyes.
Fine. Something that I admire about you, you're very, very good at your job.
Yeah, same to you.
Thanks.
We finished 6 now.
Oh, so we're good.
We're good.
Okay.
Good job. Now you don't have to think more.
Because it's weird, right? Because I don't want to say things like just like, oh, you're funny, you're lovely. That's so like bullshit.
Exhausting. Next one. How close? Okay, no, this is, this is a very datey question, but like so clearly from somebody who, how close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than other people's?
We're very close and I had a happy childhood. I don't want to comment on anyone else's.
Next question is also very like Shadi wala. How do you feel about your relationship with your mother?
It has progressed a lot and it is truly one of the most cherished relationships in my life.
Excellent. That brings us to the end of segment 2.
Okay, how many questions are left?
There are 10 left.
All right, let's power through
Bang
this.
them out. Okay, fine. Make 3 true we statements each. For instance, we are both in this room feeling ... So these are the real intimate ones. We are both in this room feeling
Okay,
horny.
I just want to say you one thing.
What?
Is the author of this list has never been on a date.
Why?
Who goes on a date and says we things?
I love it.
No, on the first date. I'm saying like you don't know
Maybe
this
this is
person.
a third date thing. You go on a first date, you enjoy, and then you go on a second date, you share the article link.
Okay,
and
these
on the third
questions
date,
are like 5th date questions.
Go for it then, Ayushi. Go for 5 dates and ask these questions.
5. Oh, that's so much.
It's going to lead to love though. Remember that these questions will lead you to LOVE.
You're making me sound like some real despo.
Not you, I'm telling our listeners, okay? Singlehood is real. We have all felt the pinch of it.
Yes.
It's troubling.
Oh, it's not troubling.
To
Don't be
me,
silly.
it was. I was very upset when I didn't have action in life. I just want to say that.
Okay, but I do not wish that to be the takeaway of this. That if you're single, it's troubling. Absolutely not.
No, it's not, but it is for some people, and that's fine.
Okay.
You
fine.
can't just say, oh, it's not troubling to be single.
Yeah, you're right.
Everyone gets bothered by it. Oh, there are days when everyone feels lonely. And like, yeah, there are needs everyone has.
You're right. Okay, my bad. Fine. What was it? I have to say 3 we feelings.
Yeah, now
Fine.
you've hurt my feelings.
We are both going to work on minimizing your feelings.
We are both in this room.
Oh, we have to alternate this?
Yeah, no, you can say them all, sorry.
We are going to have a great rest of the day because I think this has been a really interesting start. And I think...
The third statement.
Okay, and the third statement is we are going to really gain from this conversation because it's a refresher of our friendship.
Lovely. Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share ...
Oh, good God. I wish I had someone that I could share. Ugh. I don't know, like, fine, breakfast with. I am a breakfast date kind of person.
Nice. Tell your partner what you like about them. Be very honest. Saying things that you might not just say to someone you've just met. So clearly this is like a 8 date in thing.
Yeah, you should have, I think, mentioned that.
Ayushi, given that we've been friends for 10 years, I don't think this is...
No, not for you and me, idiot. I mean more like for the listeners who are going to ask this question on their first date. Now you've set them up to be single.
Sorry.
Okay, what was I supposed to say?
It's not important because you've already told me nice things you like about me.
Okay, cool.
Question number 29 is share with your partner an embarrassing moment in your life.
Oh my God. This is like there's so many. I don't even know what to pick from.
Pick one. Top one embarrassing moment where Ayushi Amin felt like the ground would slit open and swallow you up whole.
When somebody didn't know, this is just literally off the top of my head because this happened a while ago. When somebody asked me as a reference, like, oh, do you know so and so? And I was like, yeah. Like, oh, what do you think of him? Like, is he like a nice guy? Like, and I was like, why? Oh, yeah. And they were like, oh, yeah, because I'm gonna like, grab drinks or whatever. So I just want to know because you guys are like mutual friends. I was like, okay. And that person was someone that I had dated, and I was like, oh, good God, I cannot believe that I am now vouching for that person's like qualities.
Oh no, that's rough.
It was rough.
That's a rough one. Next question, Ayushi. When did you last cry in front of another person? Question mark. She's making all kinds of faces. Ayushi, it's okay if you don't want to answer.
2 weeks ago.
It's been 2 weeks?
Yeah, hasn't it?
I don't know.
10 days. Okay.
It's not even been a whole week yet.
Has it not? Okay, move on to the next question.
And by yourself? When was the last time you cried by yourself?
I think April maybe. April.
Last April?
Yeah.
Ayushi?
By myself, yeah.
Dude, I cried in front of another person yesterday. I cried by myself also yesterday only.
Oh, good God.
How is this happening? How are you functioning? Don't your eyes hurt from the pent-up tears?
No, that's not how, like, your eyes work.
Oh, okay, no, this is lame.
But how does it matter? Because I said April, but then you just said, like, last week it also happened. So.
But that was with another person. Alone you cried one long time ago.
Because I feel silly doing that. You're just standing in front of the mirror and you're just, like, acting,
It's the best.
And then I become like, it's time for my Oscar.
Tell your partner something that you already like about them. So, whatever. This is obviously for a real
Okay,
date.
man, I really like your hair.
What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about? I don't know, Ayushi. This is the next question. It's
What
pretty
is
intense.
it too serious? What is something?
What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about?
नहीं, मेरे पास है ही नहीं ये. It's
don't
fine.
know.
You can joke about anything.
That's nice.
You know
in
why,
a safe
though?
space, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, in a safe space, I think you can joke about anything because I do think humor is a way that many people cope with things or
Yes.
address certain things. I also sometimes in awkward moments start laughing because I'm like, I don't know what to do.
else to do?
I'm
Yeah.
going to laugh. So feel free. I don't think there's anything that you can not joke about.
Lovely. If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? And why haven't you told them yet?
What kind of call question is this? Obviously, dude, just a list of people that you're close to and that you love. You'd want to let them know that you did love them and that you wish the best for them.
No
And that's
other
it.
regrets.
Yeah, I have one day. How many things can I do?
Yeah, this is really not considering your time, this questionnaire.
I have to go to work also.
Okay. Your house containing everything you own. I'm so sorry, these are like scary questions. Catches fire. After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would that be and why?
Easy, the photo albums and like the memory discs and all the stuff that wherever my dad keeps all our memories. Yeah.
Lovely. Of all the people in your family, whose death would you find most disturbing and why?
What?
This is an intimate question, Ayushi. Imagine you're actually like in a real, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure real partners talk about this shit. Who knows?
I mean, if you're...
Ayushi's not interested in this question anymore.
Okay, maybe like a... I don't even want to say it, but like a sibling.
Okay, yeah, no, that would be disturbing for sure.
Because like, that's your partner, right?
Yeah,
in life.
yeah. No, I would be shook.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Yeah,
go
I don't want to
there.
go... I'm knocking all the wood.
Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he might handle it or she might handle it. Also, ask your partner to reflect back to you how you seem to be feeling about the problem you have chosen. Wow, what are these dates?
Who has written this questionnaire? Mary, was it her name?
I think his name was Daniel Ayushi.
Okay, Dan, you can rightly off. Okay, this question, what was it again? Say it again.
Tell me one problem and ask me for advice.
Okay, my
and then
partner
I have to reflect on
asks me a barrage of incessant questions and won't stop and has 92,000 feelings on a daily basis.
How can I advise you on that?
Yeah.
I would say that you and your partner need to take some time and address this, how it is making you both feel. Because clearly you have feelings too, ma'am. A lot of them. You are not able to understand them because आपका emotional bandwidth कम है शायद.
So basically what you're saying is that we should go on a holiday and really figure it out.
Yes, and we'll write another essay on modern love because ये मतलब बहुत भारी है.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to do.
Tell.
Between this week's recording and next week's recording, I'm going to come up with 36 questions that I would ask on a date.
Oh.
I'm going to do that and then I'm going to ask you those questions. Because these are all.
Just because they're too real and intimate for you.
No, because I think these are things that you should naturally find out about each other through conversation. I don't think you can go through a list of questions and say,
of course not.
Hey, tell me
but
this.
But Ayushi, this is the thing, no, these lists, like these questions are in your back burner. You organically slip them into conversation now on dates. Organically.
I don't like that. I don't like that thing of like a premeditated approach to a experience.
Yeah, you're just so spontaneous, you know?
No, I'm not a spontaneous person like where I'm like, okay, chalo, let's go here. I'm not like that. But I'm saying more like when it comes to finding someone out, it's like that Shrek thing, right? Like ogres are like onions or like you have to peel away the layers to get to that person's core. And I think that's the fun part. Like, I don't want to go home after the date and be like, out of this checklist, let me just tick this off. Let me tick this one off.
Of course not. It should never be like that. It should always be about what feelings are evoked.
Yeah, so I'm going to come up with now 36 questions to ask you.
Great. That's it then. I think that's it. What are giveaways, takeaways, tips, stop tips, tidbits?
Okay, if I was to answer these questions on a date, I would be like, this person has no sense of boundaries. And I don't know whether I'm going to reply.
I think dates and boundaries are very important. That can be our main takeaway, that on a date or when you're dating someone or when even in a relationship or with friends and family, everyone, it's important to establish boundaries.
Because everyone has them, no matter how close you are. I think you do have a line.
Yeah.
And it's important not to cross that line with someone. Also, this really reminded me of, I don't want to say his name, but the one that sounds like a bird name.
Yeah.
So this sounds like him because when we went out, he had like so many of these like statement questions. Like,
this is a date Ayushi went on. Let's just give context to our listeners.
Sorry. It was a Bumble
something.
Date. Yeah, one of those.
One date she went on.
And
a lot of these like biodata type questions, which I can't deal with.
Oh my God, it was the first time I'd met this person and we'd only like texted a little bit. And it was just this question after question after question, and it just made me feel like I was on a job interview.
Because she is looking for marriage, not a good bang.
I realized after that he was, because when you start going to like qualifications and like what do your parents think of like online dating and like, oh, this is where my family is from. I was like, I just wanted to have a drink.
Damn. And
then obviously he ended the date by saying I'm not a big drinker. So then my thing was there only, it's ending. But yeah, do you,
man, but just have boundaries and don't ask biodata questions on a date.
Yeah, because then I would rather just give you the biodata. That's what you're
you would just send your CV ahead of time and be like, this is my LinkedIn profile. Please check me out. You'll know my professional deets, and here's my Instagram account so you understand my personal deets. And that's it, I think. Brings us to the end of a wonderful episode called 36 Questions, which Ayushi found uncomfortable.
No, I thought I wasn't uncomfortable with them. I was more like, I don't think these are questions that you ask on a date. That's my opinion.
Fair.
At least not like
I don't think they're even questions you ask on a date. These are questions that lead to love.
Am I in love with Dev Patel? Yes, I am.
So I think our hypothesis proves itself.
All right.
And I deserve a little bit.
Filter coffee is a fascinating beverage. You need to pick the right beans, blend them in the right proportion, roast them to perfection, and slow brew at the right temperature to get the perfect cup. Which is exactly like great conversations as well. You need to track down the most interesting minds, get them into their zone, and settle down for an unhurried, unscripted chat. And coffee for me is always, always, always best enjoyed with friends. I'm Karthik Nagarajan, and do share my table as I meet some of the most interesting people I know and sit them down for a strong cup of coffee and an even stronger conversation. Join me every Wednesday for a freshly brewed episode. This is not frappe. This is the Filter Coffee Podcast.
Hi, I'm Satyajit.
Hi, I'm Racheta.
We are from the Open Library Project and we host a podcast called Paperback.
Paperback is a podcast where we engage with stalwarts and experts from various industries, suggesting non-fiction titles that contributed to their journey in a big way.
We've had guests like Anjali Raina, Dr. Marcus Rani, Dr. Swati Lodha, Ambi Parmeswaran, Apurva Damani, and many more on our show Paperback. Find new episodes every Wednesday on IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you listen to podcasts.